All right. Happy Friday. It is March 5th at 12:04 East Coast time. And I'm going to be picking up where I left off last week, migrating my blog.mattclemente.com from Jekyll, which I'm using right now and which has been lovely, to Eleventy. Why? Because what point is it having a personal site if you can't have some fun and learn some new stuff? And a host of other reasons. So I'm diving into that now. Last week I got it started. I am not the most adept Eleventy developer. I'm learning it. That's why I'm doing this. So I'm going to try to remember where I left off. But there were some issues parsing the front matter of some of my blog posts, in which there were colons and other special characters, and they weren't getting slugified correctly. So that's where I left off. That's what I'm going to start diving into now. There was an issue on GitHub. This is where I left off last week. And it seems like this is a known thing, and there might be a way to address it. So let me find out. Honestly, I have to remember now how to get this site back, the dev site back up and running. So we're going to hop over to the terminal. I'm going to split it in two, and I'm going to run what? npx. No, we're not doing serverless here. I don't think I need to do that. What do I need to run here? Eleventy serve. We're gonna have to go to the quick start guide again. Getting started. We made the directory. It's up and running. Oh no, this was correct. And then to serve it, npx Eleventy runs it. And then okay, there we go. So npx Eleventy. This does our build, so we'll do that first. We got our build just to make sure we're up, and we'll see if it runs properly because it might break right now. It broke, so that's good. This was our issue. There was an issue parsing one of the layouts, and I believe it has to do with the title. Okay, so cannot read property to string of undefined. This is in the layouts post.nunjux. So that's good. We know where we are. The Eleventy config file is here. I'm not the most familiar with it. We've got our posts collection, some base settings. And what I saw when I briefly looked at this GitHub issue was you see me scroll through here. All right, we've got, this is Zach's project. Eleventy is Zach's project. And he had some comments regarding some alterations to the base Eleventy blog. So I'm going to first look at what he linked to and look at their config. So this is the base Eleventy blog config, and in it, under collections, tags, well, it's not the line that was linked to previous necessarily. I thought there was something in here with slugify. So what did he say? I should read. If your ops get defined down here, if your ops are defined here, let's just see what options we got and where this is running. Set browser, set library, markdown, pass through, copy. Just not sure where. I don't think I would do this in the collection adding necessarily, but then again it might be. Let's see what else I have going on in my config and how it compares. So we got that. These are the posts that are being added. And we want to add, okay, so we could add these as settings to the collection. You know what? Why not? Let's just see what happens. Let's see if it breaks. Trial and error, right? All right, so this is our collection. These are being added. We're doing it if the post.data is not draft. Oh, that's kind of a nice thing. That's the filter that's being applied to the collection that's being added while we're globbing this. Is anything else going on with the collection? Because I might need to do more spreading that into here and then filtering it. I'm not sure how I can easily apply the options there. Oh, we do have filters up here, RSS. All right. This is me. Oh. Hi, bit small to read easily. Can you increase the size of the display? All right. So, hey Nick, I'm in pretty close there, and I can zoom in on the code too. Sorry about that. Although, if it gets much bigger than that, I'm not going to be able to read it on my own screen. So hopefully that helps you out there. All right, we're going to jump back and see what we can do here. So I think these are settings that are being done on the collection. Just want to see if you can watch me scroll through this. I want to apply these to okay, so I think I'm going to need to do a couple changes. One, I want to grab these because I think this is what I need to do to clean up the collection, but I also want to compare how the collection is being added in the default Eleventy. Okay, so this collection is being added as a tag list, and mine is being added because they're posts. All right. Is this still part of the collection? All right. Sorry. Markdown config, browser sync, library. All right. None of that's particularly helpful to what I'm trying to do right now. All right. Let's look back at how my collection's getting added here, because maybe I can loop through this collection again. Post without draft collection, and then we have our arrow function here. I mean, I might need to not just filter this, but reduce it. I could probably do a reduce. You know, succinct JavaScript then becomes hard to modify when I need to add more options to it. All right, so let's just see if we can do this without breaking it. We have our collection here, and that collection is getting filtered. Yeah, let's just run a .map off of that. See if that does what we want. Post. And we're gonna return. A lot of stuff going on in here, probably more than we needed. Oh, Slugify we're going to need elsewhere. We need those options outside. That's not, unless, okay, let's just get rid of this first. Let's set these outside where the collection's added, just in our settings here. Let ops, Slugify, so we're defining, so maybe this overrides the default Slugify for Eleventy. You know what? We're going to find out because we're going to run. We're going to run it again here, and we broke again. Template render error was thrown. Problem writing Eleventy tickets more in debug mode. I'm assuming it's the same error that we had. Layouts post nunjucks. All right, so I think what we need to do here, you know, all of that was for naught. I should turn on that debug output because it says that there's more info, and that would be helpful. So we're going to find out how to turn on debugging output in Eleventy. We don't have a search. So debugging, super helpful left nav there. Use debug mode. Take advantage of the excellent debug package for this. Commands, debug, installed locally. So we're going to install this locally. And we'll run this now. And we'll see what we get. Let's clear that out. Let's run it. A lot of info. So I need this as a full tab here. So let's run it. And then we can close it when we're done debugging. This way we can see a little bit better what we're doing. All right. A lot of stuff going on. 11D. Benchmarks, prefix. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm using slug and I need to use slugify. That might be what's going on. The slug might have had a problem. All right, error writing templates, having trouble writing template with the one. So this is my post that has a colon and an apostrophe in the title. Having trouble writing the template. Okay. All right, so we're gonna hop back into this Nunjux post, and we were running. I believe what this did was run slug on the title. So let's do this. Let's see if we can do slugify. Because we're running it on the title. Let's just see. And then if we add, we can close that one. We'll hop back to our config, and we will actually re-add that slugify const. Now let's hop back to the terminal. Let's make it bigger. Oops. Bigger, clear, and we'll run it again. So we're going to run it with debug. I saw those errors again, so that's not a good sign. But maybe it'll be different. Cannot read property toString of undefined. Source includes layouts post Nunjux line 3. URL Nunjux filter, absolute URL Nunjux filter. Let's take a look at the file again. I think this usage here is not correct, but that's neither here nor there. The issue is still in my post, where it's not happy with what's going on here. So I'm going to go back to the docs and see how I can fix it. All right. Permalinks is what we're dealing with. And we want to use filters, which is what we are doing. So this is what's going on right now. I have a title, and the slug filter is being applied to it. So what I need to do is apply that. I believe what I need to do is apply the slugify filter that I'm trying to set up in my 11D config. So let's jump over to filters. All right, various template engines can be extended with custom filters to modify content. So this is in the 11D config. Okay, I would add a filter, and then I would define it in there. Okay, universal filters can be added in a single place and are available for multiple template engines. Okay, so I could add that slugify filter myself. and then they provide these filters. So slug is what's being used right now. Okay, we're working our way through this. If you'd like to reuse existing filters in a different way, consider using the new configuration API get filter method. You can use this to alias a filter to a different name. You can use this to use a filter inside of your own filter. So what will we do? We get the Eleventy config. We have a custom one. Well, this is reusing existing. So I don't need to access an existing one. I think I want to define my own. So I want to do it. I want to add a filter. Let me look at the, okay, so this, I'm going to leave Slugify here. I'm going to jump back to my Eleventy config. And this is not my own default Eleventy config. This came with the template that I'm using. So for better or worse, it already has a filter being added, the date display filter. That's a clever way to do it, through require. So I'm going to add another filter in there, or I'm going to try to. And I'm going to call it Slugify. All right. This is not Eleventy config. This is config. Add filter. We're going to call it Slugify. And we are going to grab everything from in here that we pasted just randomly in the Eleventy config file. And if this is good, we can move this actually over following the example of the existing and put it in the filters folder, which is probably a better way to do this. We'll add in Slugify. Now those options, I don't think those are, that's strange. I don't think these are being used anywhere, so I don't, oh, that's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure, I'm not sure what is going on with what I copied from that GitHub issue. Let's just get this. These options we do not need, because that's something different. We don't need this. We just want this filter to take the value that we pass into it and apply Slugify to it. So I imagine what we do here is we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. We have these options we're defining, and then we'll return. We'll see if this works. It'll be interesting. We'll be learning about filters in Eleventy either way. Return Slugify input options, and this will be the value, not input, because that doesn't exist. So we've added, I think we've added a Slugify filter here that we are then attempting to use right here. And we might want to add it. I might add it over here as well, but we'll see. We're going to hop down here. We don't need, let's close. Let's just trash that window. We're going to run just a regular Eleventy and hope that it builds. It did not. Interesting. I'm still getting cannot read property to string of undefined. All right, so now I'm thinking that this is actually a problem with the post and how I set it up myself. So this was in here. It feels like the title is not actually getting properly passed. let's open up our sidebar. Let's see what posts we have here. All these existing posts are fine, and I think I can confirm if I change this. Let's just confirm if I change this title to just test, and run our Eleventy. I think. Oh, did it work? Ooh, okay. We still had an issue here, so that's actually good. Well, issues are always good. Cannot read property to string of undefined still, despite those changes. All right. Dist post test index.html. So there's something else wrong. It was the same. I should clear out. Oh, I wonder. I feel like let's just make sure. I think I had to do this last time too. That prettify is. I'm gonna disable it and reload. I just want to make sure that that's not messing up. I don't need it to be formatted right now. I need things to work and not being changed, behind my back. So, all right, we got that saved. We're hopping back down here. I'm going to run Eleventy, and it might break again, but then we'll know it's not Eleventy. It did break again. Interesting, with just test as the title. So we see what it's doing. It's running through tags, feeds. We have a variety of posts that it's running through. And then there's an error while it's doing that test index.html. And once again, it's in that layouts post nunjucts file. So, and it says it's line 3. So, well, we're going to add, we still have that slug there. So we'll switch that to slugify as well. And it's running these on the title. All right. Hey, Nick. Tags created. I propose tags, then a tag 1, tag 2. I can modify those tags. It might be the tags. Let's just take the tags. I can just take the tags out of that post, actually, to confirm that those aren't the issue with I'll leave posts in there. I will modify. I'll just copy what we have going on here. We'll close that. We can change those. Let's just confirm, that it's not the tags that are causing the issue here. We'll get rid of our sidebar. We'll run Eleventy again, and did we run it again? Let's just confirm this. Running it, and we're still encountering an issue. I feel like this is a stupid error on my part. I'm pretty sure this is going to be, when it comes down to it, it's going to be something stupid that I'm doing. All right, one step. We're going to kill our. We're not. Okay, layout post, tags post. This is just. We'll split this in two. We'll grab that DO, move it over. All right, when we're running into issues, I'm going to just copy the content of this post almost exactly over just to confirm that build's fine. Let's clear this out and we'll run it again just to see if so that ran fine. All right, that's good. Everything's lovely there. So we're going to roll back here. I did this last time too. We have our posts, our excerpts, our layout published. I imagine shouldn't matter. If we remove the quotes on our title, does that work fine? No, it doesn't. So it's something else that's causing the problem. All right, we're going to kill things here one at a time. We'll just, we know the tag, the tags are exactly the same as this other post. So one of the things that's different is published. We'll get rid of that. And we'll save it, hop back down, give it a shot. Right, I'll grab title blah blah blah. So that was still broken. Title blah blah blah. Going with the suggestion, Nick. And let's try it again. The blah 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 title still gave us an error. Okay, so there's a lot more going on. Let's leave everything the same. I'm just going to delete most of the body of the post because it could be something from within the post body here. Because this is a post from a blog. Test post content, and then it might be something with the excerpt too. I can get rid of the excerpt as well. Test post content. Well, let's do this. We'll do this one step at a time. We will run it here. Clear, run. Oops. Broken. That's good. Excerpt. Sure. Get rid of you. Excerpt. Go down. Still, it's bizarre to me. Did I have that space here this whole time? Oh my gosh. Whoa. If that's it, I'm going to be... Okay, I don't think that was it. Let's just look at this. Title, blah, blah, blah. Right, we're going to move our layout post to the top here. Oh, wait a second. Okay. I'm going to have to read that debugging output after I try this one. Title, blah, 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 excerpt, date, format seems fine, tags match the other one, and then we have the post. All right. We still have... All right, so now I want to make sure that it's not... Let's hop into that nunjucks template. Working our way backwards here. This was being run with slug, and this was being run with slug. So let's just make sure that that slugify wasn't causing the problems. It wasn't. All right, so let's read our debugging output here. All right, so everything's good. Told my wife, privacy policy, error rating template, temp dist post, blah, 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 /index.html. Cannot read property to string of undefined. Template render error dot source includes layouts post. What the heck? All right, but we did get it to work when I copied the content over from this. All right. Okay. I'm not doing any git commits here, so we'll jump back to having this full screen and wider so it's a little less cluttered. Hey, thanks, Nick. Thanks for hanging out here. I'll get it done. Appreciate your help, too. All right. Running it again with that copied title. Still have our error. Copying our excerpt. And we still have our error. We've got 3 of those. We got 3 of those. The tags are the same. The excerpt is the same. All right. copying the front matter exactly. Except we'll change that to 2. And that worked. Good Lord. All right. I mean, what am I missing here that's painfully obvious? If path slugified, else post title slugged. Unless it's a different, unless it's, I should have worked my way. I mean, this is saying, oh, this what? Let's, all right. It could be a different line here. This is saying if excerpt, tag, if tags, all those seem fine. If updated date, if date, if updated date. I mean, all those are checking for the properties. Content, safe. And this, I should have checked this. Extends page. All right. Let's see what else we have in here. If meta title, if title, if site name, description, content, excerpt, Twitter title, Twitter card. I mean, all these, and it wouldn't be an error on line 3. I don't think it's that. How long have we been going here? 31 minutes and 0 progress. That's not true. Has been some progress. Just not quite as much as I would have liked. All right. So if we make this title test, that should work, right? It does work. Okay. Let's hop back. If we let's roll this all the way back so that we have the actual post content, so that we know it's not that. Lots of post content. We'll save it, but we're going to keep the same exact front matter. I mean, I really hope that I learned something at the end of this. All right, let's run it again. Worked fine. It was something like cached. I'll grab this. All right. Got a new excerpt. That worked fine. We have our tags here. So let me grab. Let's hop. Let me see. What were some of the? This is originally a TIL post. So we'll put TIL. And it was a CFML post, and I think it was about, I don't know, was it about inspect templates, something like that? We'll just add some new tags, make sure those work. They do. So it's nothing there with the tags. Now I'm going to remove the updated date because it was a post that was never updated, and that should work fine. Huh. The plot thickens. So possibly not something with Eleventy. Do all of these? Let me just check. So, I mean, this is me working with, what was a fantastic, but it's the draft that gets excluded. All of these, all of these have updated dates. So I'm wondering now if the okay, so let me just grab. I took. I think this was from this example. The blog that I'm using was from this GitHub project, and I just cloned it and I've been working with it. So it seems like, and I might need to put a PR back into this. If this was the problem from the beginning, oh my goodness. It seems like the template, let's get rid of that, is expecting an updated date. So We'll jump back to 1. We're going to keep that updated date gone. Let's just copy it though. D, C, okay. Let's get rid of it. All right, and we will jump back into post nunjux. I believe it's the layouts related one, and it's not on line 3. And we have updated date. Updated date is in, okay. That's the problem. This is, it says, if date, if updated date, but then we have else, and updated date is being used here. That's not quite right. So we're going to want if, I'm not familiar enough with how nunjux is working here, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, this is like the opposite, the updated date. So what are we showing here? This one says created on, and then it's showing it. The second one has 2 items. So this is almost, are these the other way around? Let's just flip these. If it has an updated date, do the updated date. And otherwise, just do the created date. If this was just a problem with the template, you know what? I can live with that. It was not. Wah, wah, wah. All right. T. So we flipped those. Let's just see if it's the same line. It's still saying like line 3, column 3 in layouts post. If updated date, string in date, updated date, those are getting formatted with a created on and an last updated on, created on. That seems right to me. So let's hop back. That obviously didn't fix things entirely, but I think that was the right move. Let's go in here and we'll re-add the updated date, and we'll see if the build works fine. It does. So it's still something. All right, we're going to have to jump back to that post. It's still something with the updated date, CFA, which is only in here the 2 times. I wonder how much of the Eleventy docs deal with the templating languages, because I might just need to like look up more about includes, extends, imports, filters, custom tag shortcodes. Don't need any of that. I just probably need to look at how. All right, so I know, you know how much I know about nunjux? Nothing. We'll go to the npm package, and we'll have to look here. So templating docs. All right, got to zoom in here for you all. 3, 4, 5. Zoom in 6, 7. Oh, I can still see it there. It's probably easier to see. Filters, tags. So we have an if here. An if tests a condition and lets you selectively display content. If variable. Okay. If a variable is defined and divided to true, it will be displayed, otherwise not. Yes, that makes sense. If for. So I don't think it's just the if that I need to deal with, because we also have the bar there. Okay. Which I imagine is some type of or. Alright, you know what? I have to run. I got somebody knocking on the door. So I'll see you all next week.